Hello everyone. First of all, I want to thank you for all the comments which I received on my various videos. Thank you for encouragement, and do keep subscribing and liking my videos. Now, I have started up with the videos of reproduction. The first video was on asexual reproduction. Now, before starting sexual reproduction, I just want to give you an introduction about the different terms which come in this chapter, which come in this topic and are general, related to male or female reproductive system, which will generally come. So I will not be able to explain in the video. I will be taking up it separately in this video. Starting up with the first one, that is the term gametes. Now there are two terms which go hand in hand, that is the gametes and gonads. Now first of all, what are gonads? Gonads are the parts of reproductive system which produce gametes. Okay? For example, in males the gonad is testis, in female the gonads is ovary. So gonads is a general term given to both of them, that is testis and ovaries. They are the parts of reproductive system which produce gametes. Now what are gametes? Gametes are the structures which are, or cells which are produced by the gonads. Now gametes is a general term given to sperm and ova or egg, whatever you call it. Ovum is singular of it. Now sperm and egg collectively, if I say reproductive system collectively, so what are gonads? If I say gonads, gonads are the parts of male and female reproductive system which produce gametes. Example, testes and ovaries. What are gametes? Gametes are the cells which are produced by the gonads. For example, sperms and ova. Sperms from testes and ova from the ovary. Is it clear to all? These are two terms, gonads and gametes. Now, after this, the next term is zygote. When these two gametes, that is sperm and ova, meet, the first product which is formed is the zygote. That also I will be taking up in my coming videos, in which I will be discussing about what happens after fertilization, and if there is fertilization, what happens, and if there is no fertilization, what happens. I will be taking up in that. But for now on, you must know that the fusion of sperms plus the ova lead to formation of a zygote. That will further lead to formation of a full-grown baby after development. Okay. Now, after that is the next term, that is secondary sexual characteristics. Now, I have written secondary sexual characteristics plus I have written puberty. I will be explaining puberty and relating it to secondary sexual characters. First of all, what is puberty? After the attainment of puberty, like puberty is a stage at which males and females, or girls or boys, they are able to reproduce. That is known as puberty. Puberty is attained in girls and boys in teenage, like in girls from the age from 13 onwards, and in boys from the age from 13 onwards, like 15, 13 onwards, puberty is attained. So what is puberty? It is the age at which the males as well as the females, they can reproduce. They are fully mature to reproduce. Now, how do we come to know that a child has attained puberty? Puberty, it occurs in an individual under the influence of certain hormones, which I have already discussed in my previous video related to endocrine glands. If you want to go through in detail, you can go through in that video. There are hormones testosterone and progesterone. Separately, testosterone secreted in males and progesterone secreted in females, which, now I'll just give an example. It's just explanation. I'll just give an example. For example, a child is there. He or she, he is at the age of 12. Now he attains 13, then 14. At the age of 14, his testes will start, his gonad, that is the testis, will start producing a hormone known as testosterone. When the testosterone will be produced in the body at a certain level, what will happen? The boy will start, the beard and mustaches will start coming, the voice of the boy will start having, it will become heavy, the shoulders will broaden, the boy will show aggressive characters. All these are secondary sexual characters which demarcate that the child has attained puberty, and now at this age this male or the boy can be differentiated from the girl physically on the basis of secondary sexual characters also. Okay, if we talk about girls at the age of like 12, when they come to 13, the ovaries, they start secreting the hormone progesterone, and when the progesterone rises in the body, certain characteristics like appearance of breasts, then deepening of the voice, then pubic hairs, these are certain characters which appear in females or girls which demarcate that now they have attained puberty, and they also differentiate into males and females on the basis of reproductive system. So this is how puberty and secondary sexual characters are interrelated. Okay, because appearance of secondary sexual characters will demarcate that the child has attained puberty. Now after that, the next part is primary reproductive parts. Now I'll be again and again using these terms in my next videos. Primary reproductive parts. Primary, very important. First of all, the primary reproductive parts are the parts of male or female reproductive system which directly takes part or which directly helps in the process of reproduction and fertilization. They are the primary reproductive parts, and very important primary reproductive parts in males and females are testes and ovaries, because if they are not there, the initiation of the process of reproduction will not take place. The primary means the ones which directly take part in the process of reproduction, and next are accessory reproductive parts. Accessory means they are assisting. They are assisting the primary reproductive parts to carry on their function. For example, the parts like there are different parts like penis in the case of males and vulva in the case of females, which are responsible for assisting the process of reproduction. They just assist the process, the primary reproductive parts. They don't directly take part in the process of reproduction. Next are gametogenesis, a very important term. Please do listen carefully. The term is gametogenesis. Gametogenesis. Gameto. I just explained you the term gametes. It means it is the process. Genesis means formation. Gametogenesis. The process of formation of gametes is known as gametogenesis. Can be studied under two headings: spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Gametogenesis can be studied under two headings: spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Spermatogenesis, name is itself suggesting it helps. It is the process by which the sperms are formed. Oogenesis, the process by which ova is formed or egg is formed. Spermatogenesis, formation of sperms, is known as spermatogenesis. Oogenesis, formation of ova, is known as oogenesis. Okay, but these are the different terms which will be coming again and again, and which are very important as we are studying reproduction here. So these terms you must know, and whatever the important part related to male and female parts will be there, that will be discussed in the next videos. Now I'll be uploading videos related to male reproductive system and female reproductive system. For this video, it's over now. You have to if you want to know more about the male and female reproductive system, please do watch the next videos and do subscribe. Thank you.